Hi, everybody. This is Marilyn. Do we have any audio for this? Yes, thank you. Hello, everybody. This is Marilyn, and it's time for the noon edition of Welcome to My World. This is the 11th of October, and it is a Tuesday. And my goodness, have we've had some movement in some of these markets, and then some of them not so much. But if you've missed any of the chat this morning, I would sure go back and look through that because there have been some charts posted and lots of ticks put out there, and it's Lori and JP have been in they're in a tick contest today, so they've posted their charts and their trades, and that's really and truly how you learn. There's been a lot of discussion in this room this morning about this business of the mental psychology of trading, that's the lion's share of trading. Literally, you can teach a chimp to push buttons, but it's getting it's getting the emotional part of trading, and every person is different, but there are some common things. So this is part of what this room is all for. And I also wanted to point out what the expectation for this room is. We do have people who they've come from, other places where trades are called, and that's fine. And I'm not too sure what you learn about that, but that isn't what we do here. This is kind of a bit of a unique room in that we're all traders and we're all trying to help each other get better. And we've got incredibly accurate indicators and tools, and some of the innards of these, which is highly proprietary to Daryl. It's remarkable what he's been able to do. But that still doesn't, understanding all the signals and all the strategies and stuff, number one, the market's different every single solitary day. So it's always going to be a challenge. And number two, it's that getting that emotion. And we all have a little bit different way of looking at things and seeing things, and things we're more comfortable with and things we don't like quite as much. So it takes a little while to kind of get that all solidified. And what works for one, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for the next one. But there are enough people in this room with enough experience doing this that the more you're in here, post your charts, make the notations of where you think there was an entry, and get somebody to take a look at it, because I cannot tell you how valuable marking your charts can be. I did that every single day for weeks on 4 markets. Didn't mean I traded them. That wasn't the point. The exercise was looking for those trades. Where were those trades? And evaluating what kind of a trade it was, why I would take it, where I would personally, reasonably have expected to get out. What would that do for me? To convince myself whether this was really worth the time and effort that it takes to learn how to do it. So it's a skill, and the skill you get better with time. It's time in the chair. So Don't get discouraged because believe you me, right now there's 68 people in this room, and every single person in here has been in the same place. This is the same experience for everybody. There's nothing unique about it. So anyway, this morning we have had these indices have really decided to depart to the downside. There's a couple reasons for that. Some of it is there were some, I think Alcoa earnings were out this morning and not quite as wonderful as what they wanted them to be. But there's going to be some volatility in these markets with the international scenario, and the U.S. presidential election is also making things kind of, if we do and if we don't, and you can't guess any of this stuff. But I saw, it looks like TF has been a little stronger this morning, and TF generally, and this environment will lead the charge. So they've all stayed pretty much together. One of the reasons that I keep a 30-minute chart, a little one, for a lot of these markets is twofold. One, if there is going to be a change, the probability of it happening at the top and the bottom of the hour is more so than just any old time. Markets don't do things just for any old reason. But the second one is, for example, if you look at a 30-minute chart of the indices, I mean, I'm just looking at TF right now. It has been in a downward move for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's working on its 6th down candle in a row. And I think Aaron put in here that it was at the -2 deviation. The probability of that market continuing, or any market past that 2 deviation level, is it's very, very small. So does that mean, oh, well, good idea, let's just jump in and take a long trade? Not on your life. Not until you get a signal to do that. And just because the probability is less doesn't mean it can't happen, because it sure can. I've seen oil and I've seen bonds go to 3. So, you have to get a bigger picture in mind than which tick is which. So don't, just because the market's been going down, now going into the close, yeah, there may be, clearly there's been a lot of contracts on the sell side, and traders will start to unwind those and take their profit and get out. And when they do that, then of course it will cause a buying spree, and you might be able to get a ride on the northbound bus. But anyway, the VIX right now, this is another definitely a good day to be watching and paying attention to the VIX. The VIX is trading 1538. I'm sorry, 1538. So it's well over 15. If today and tomorrow the market continues to go down in these indices, you see that VIX come on up a little bit into the 16s and maybe 17s. The range on it for the last 52 weeks has been 11 to 32. And I think about 18 months ago we saw that up around 50. So this is just, it's fall trading with a little more volatility than what we all sat through the summer. the dollar has enjoyed it's been pretty strong this morning. And we've had oil sell off a little bit. Brent is now, it's not quite as choppy as West Texas, but I don't like the early morning, 8:30 kind of trade on crude oil was probably the best one of the day. The wonderful market today is bonds. Oh my goodness, I'm going to show you this C's chart on bonds because this is a really good chart. It was just a nightmare this morning. It didn't do anything. This was an entry if you were loaded and ready at 8 o'clock. I'm not sure taking an entry in bonds at 8 is a wonderful idea, but you sure had to sit through a lot of stuff to get your ticks, and I don't really like that. So if you just waited and had the patience and peed a lot, you got an entry over here with a trend catcher, and the MVP showed up. Now I have another chart with the VAD on it and volume also. Sometimes you have to get picky about what kind of lower studies you put when you use multiple charts, because you run out of monitor space to put everything you really want. But not only did you have this entry right here on the trend catcher, there was a low volume magnet right here, and then look what happened. Oh my goodness, we got a cross of the two EMAs right here, the 50 and the 8, and it just continued right on up. It's getting up close to the 1 deviation, and the time of day, I'm not sure trying to stay in this thing past this. This is another low volume magnet right in here. You know, if you've got a whole lot of patience, but that is a nice move on bonds. So let's see. Gold had some trades on it also. They weren't really big ones, but they were nice, clear ones. Anyway, for tomorrow, we didn't have a heck of a lot of news today, but tomorrow in the morning, early, 5 o'clock, will be some European news, and tomorrow morning, the 8 o'clock and 9:40, these members of the Brain Trust are going to be speaking. I'm not sure that that's going to do a heck of a lot, but the JOLTS job openings will be out at 10, and at 1 is the 10-year bond auction. So if you trade the FN, that's the futures contract that is the 10-year notes. For some reason, I don't see on this the crude oil inventory, and it should. Let me double check here. I think I'm looking at Forex Factory. It looks like they probably just was an oversight or a typo. So let's see. I've got a question in here, one I see anyway. Thursday. It's Thursday. I looked at Thursday. Oh, yes. I forgot Monday was the banking holiday. Yes. Duh. Thank you. Just kind of lose my mind here. Abdul is asking me about how do I get these yellow lines on here for those trend catcher. I really like these. And I will caution you, if you're going to use them, be careful. Don't blindly take these, because as you can see right here on my VAD crude oil, it'll put up a northbound one here and give you the confirmation. And if you took that, you know, you might wish you hadn't. But when you get everything else, that's why I use these other charts. I can't put too much stuff on one chart or I start getting paralyzed with analyzing. So the yellow, I'll show you. You go into your indicators. It's right here. And you find your trend catcher, or put it on if you don't have it. And if you notice, I've got this all tuned up to, I've got a lot of this stuff off. I don't want to see it. But the lines, the historical signals and the pending signals, I want all that stuff. But I changed this color for the long signal and color for the short signal. This is in 05.2 to yellow, or you can change it to whatever you want to. But that's the mechanism that puts those little lines on there. Okay? And some of them you can, if you don't, you want to make them transparent if you don't want to see all that stuff on there. I try to keep mine as simple as possible. So I think let's close this up. Is there anything else in here anybody ask? I don't think so. Okay, yes, but anyway, crude oil inventories Thursday. I forgot about Monday. I've had a